So I think in terms of the positive changes, you have the restriction of the president's authority to call for emergency law, because that really was the main mechanism in which President Mubarak was able to essentially negate the individual rights provisions within the Constitution of 1971. And so the new provision for the emergency law now requires that the president obtain approval from the House in order to call a state of emergency only for 3 months, and in order for him to renew it for another 3 months, he has to have 2/3 majority of the House. And so that is a very, very restrained authority now, and it matters because once the state of emergency is called, then civilians can be tried within state security courts where they have minimal, if absolutely no, due process rights. We do now have a provision that commits the state to including women in judicial bodies, and I think that's very important in terms of promoting women in high-level positions. It also permits the president discretion based on forthcoming legislation to appoint up to 5% of the parliament, and that may grant the president's space to appoint underrepresented groups such as women, ethnic minorities, religious minorities. And also there is a provision now that allows the parliament to issue a vote of no confidence and go through a public referendum process in order to call for early presidential elections. And I think that's important because of what happened on June 30th and July 3rd of 2013, where arguably there was a military coup that happened and many people in Egypt felt they had no other option, whereas this now provides an alternative, peaceful, rule of law-based alternative to deal with an overreaching president that is not as difficult to enforce as the impeachment process.